What's good, YouTube? And welcome to the house. You thought there might be only one upload today, but it's me, John Moore. Seriously though, check out Selling Yu-Gi-Oh! 101. Even though it seems like it would be for newer people, it talks about the fees on eBay and TCG Player, buying in person, and also using buy list, Facebook groups, Discord, a lot of things you might not have considered about buying and selling cards. I'll link it in the description and at the end of this video. But let's get into today's Market Watch, what you're here for. Vampire Sucker, everybody's freaking out about her. In yesterday's video, people were going, you missed the buyout on Vampire Sucker. And while I did have a zombie discussion, it was more towards the cards that Jeff used, and Vampire Sucker is a general use card that we saw coming in buyout. When it was at around $8 to $9, I kept saying, you know what, this will be pretty good to have later, especially with that structure deck on the horizon. And come to full fruition, it has almost doubled in price, but it is quickly headed back down, and I think people will want to make sales on this card, as it's not really pushing itself into the current metagame yet. We'll have to look forward to the next YCS and regionals that are upcoming and see how people break this deck in and really figure it out. Even a regional top, similar to how Asian Persuasion did with Cosmos back in Zodiac format, could really hype this deck and take it to the next level. Just one solid regional top could do that, and people are really wanting it to do well and succeed. It's been a while since zombies have been atop the format, so with bated breath, the community waits to see if it can achieve an actual result. Me personally, I am rooting for it. I want it to do well, but I don't want it to do well in the degenerate sense that Jeff showed off. I want it to do well, kind of maybe with something like Vendreads popping off. It's just, oof. It's an uphill battle during this format. I want to see it happen. Make it happen, one of you all viewers. Today, we're actually going to look at something from Tier 0 I'm very excited to announce. They're doing OCG playmats, and I've been waiting so long for a website to get their hands on official ones, and they are selling them at darn good prices. This Yu-Gi-Oh! OCG Chaos Emperor Dragon Black Luster Soldier mat, it goes for around $200 on eBay sold. There are fakes from China. Whenever you're looking at eBay, look kind of at the listing, make sure it's not from China or Hong Kong. But this is freaking nice. The Alistair playmat is also nice, but expensive. Coming on down to something I would personally buy, though, and paid more myself for, I think I paid $75 for mine, is at $57 for the OCG Quasar mat. This had haunted me for years to track down. I paid more than this, and you guys can not only get it for cheaper, but save 5% with the code What'sGood5 down below. They have all sorts of awesome, the Comic-Con mat we didn't get over here, but people in Europe got. We've got the YCS London participation mat that I've seen go for way more in Facebook auctions. And actually, I use this. I'm going on the fly here. I actually use this playmat as my mouse pad. Although I did get it for cheaper than they're selling it. It is an awesome mat. Reminds me of Robbie Cole, my good old friend down there whenever I look down at my mouse pad. So on the fly, a little ad-lib to Market Watch, but definitely awesome playmats, awesome prices overall. I think I paid around $20, but it was a while ago, so you'd really have to look at modern day where you can get it, but I think it was pretty easy to get for OCG people overall. And we look around, there's just this one especially. Ooh, this catches my eye. We've got the Utopia and Galaxy playmat. I've actually been considering getting one for near this price from Japan, but I couldn't get free shipping like you can on the site. So I actually might pause and buy a few of these myself before Market Watch goes live. Sorry, guys. This is an awesome one, too. The Savants, I believe it is, or I guess before they turn into it, but the alternate arts of the Major Dragons. Ooh, Odd Eyes, Rebellion, Clearwing. It's just all awesome. And they can be a bit expensive for some rubber, but the foil line mat hasn't been available to the US readily either. Just kind of take it at your own pace and decide what you want versus the value. Getting into another trend upwards is number 81. We've had all that rank 10 train support announced, and it was pretty easy to see that it eventually would, especially for the ultra rare Gustav Maxes from Jump. That was going to go way high, but $1.80, here's my thoughts on this. they're not gonna miss this in the Duelist pack, I would think. We've seen misses in the past. We've seen cards that needed to be put in completely missed in the past and then kind of sprinkled in elsewhere, like Toon Tables of Contents. But I don't think they're gonna miss this one, and I think if anything, it's gonna receive a higher rarity than it's super rare. So, although it's from the Dark Illusions, it's been a little bit, I wouldn't go buying this out. Similarly, it's even more on eBay, but similarly, Black Garden is seeing a lot of movement. I think the Secret Rare is fine to go and grab overall, because I think it'll stay up as the highest rarity, and I don't think it'll be Secret again. But even the commons show movement in every single camp, and the lowest common heavy play, let's see the lowest near mint period, very light play, near mint 450 over here on eBay. Yes, Black Garden is going to be searchable by the new Black Rose support. Are they going to miss Black Rose in that pack when cards specifically search it? I personally think not. Black Garden has been really awesome overall. And it's a really good card, underestimated, I would even say, and has a lot of potential in the game to do very niche things well. Will they miss it, though? I certainly think not. So that's kind of my vote on these two cards, is like, I'd stay away unless you need to get the highest rarity. Otherwise, wait. I don't think they'll miss either of these. Just a note, talking about Robbie Cole, I noticed Green Gadget, $368 versus its market price of $2. Yellow Gadget Super, $5. And Red Gadget towards $388 versus its $2 also. I just smell a meme. I don't think gadgets are coming back, despite the ability to link spam with them and continue to search them out. The deck with Firewall would be something pretty unique and cute. I just don't think there's a deck abusing this ability currently, and drawing multiple gadgets does feel a little bricky. But there is that new gadget link undescribed on the horizon isn't there. So there is a little method to the madness, but I smell a Robbie Cole meme rather than actual anticipation for that card. But let me know in the comment section down below. Maybe you're one of the people going and getting these, either in honor of Robbie Cole or because you actually think the Link Monster is going to do something. Do let me know why you think these are slowly getting bought out. It is an old Turbo Super, so highest rarity gadgets in a sense, but let me know what you seriously think about this buyout in the comment section down below. And here's a meme if you want one. I've actually played a Link spam with this. Morphtronics can extra link when you open this card in Machine Dupe, but holy shnikes, 15 lowest, huh? Alright, Morphtronics Self-Fun, I think you've had enough time on Market Watch for me to even care. This is just to let people know, my bad, that if you got these in your binders, go ahead and slam them and sell them right now. They're not going up from here. Just flood the market with yours, please. Just make me stop looking at this on my screen. Goes and Match and Rivalry are two cards I've been wanting to talk about a little more in depth. They're commons that are expensive, but in my opinion, for their age versus their actual price being towards $6, they're not that much for what they do in the game, especially considering this is all the way back from CSOC, and we see Rivalry at DR1 and Gold, and MFC, and one structure deck. So I think that these cards, relatively for what they do, despite being common, aren't really overpriced. And I hear a lot of it, maybe complaints from budget players, man, I wish these were cheaper. Well, I would honestly get playsets of these, but I also do think eventually they'll end up on Konami's reprint radar, as traps aren't taking down too many events, and they'll probably want to throw more support, towards traps and slowing down the game being back, since people complain about Firewall a lot. That's just in the back of my head that somewhere along the line, Konami tends to sniff out cards like these and give them another print, even when it's a floodgate. And I finally wanted to talk about the OTS Pack 8 and my certainly failed predictions. I thought this would hold true to value as one of the best OTS packs of all time, yet we're seeing Drone Lockbird all the way down to 47. He is dependent on the format to be played, but I still thought it would have held similarly in waves like how Ghost Ogre did. Kagari, I felt like, would be the weakest link eventually, because Sky Striker, the engine, would turn into Sky Striker the deck, although we still see Trickstars abusing the Sky Strikers out here as an engine. I felt like it would be the weakest, yet it is Scapegoat down here so readily available. People are telling me they don't really like how it looks, and of course you did have a higher debatable rarity in the retro pack straight out the gate. The secret rare actually looks very nice too, and it seems like this is just not the Scapegoat for people to play, yet it does still have a decent price, nowhere near where I thought it would hold. I thought over time we could see this be the next $100 ultimate rare, yet it kind of just fell flat for people despite even being played in the current meta and one of the most popular formats of all time. Past that, we do see a couple $3 cards as is average, yet they're actually reprints. So it's just weird. I would think Waking the Dragon would be doing very well for itself, yet it's down here. I think one day this will see a lot of potential, especially with effects that turn your opponent's effects into destroying your spell and traps. And Taker under where I thought too, despite being heavily used overall. So it's just kind of head-scratching to see the results of OTS Pack 8 at first, but then we see how everything played out and where Yu-Gi-Oh! Is currently going, and it makes a lot more sense. But let me know how you feel about OTS Pack 8 and what you hope to see heading forward in OTS Pack 9 so that we don't kind of see a reprint. It's still very solid overall, I think, but it's a letdown from where it first was. Thanks for watching today's Market Watch. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed the conversation. And also let me know what you think about OCG mats. I've been waiting for a huge store to really tap the OCG market and other play mats. Like, you don't just have OCG, you have this amazing, it's actually one of my favorites I own, Dark Magician playmat. I've actually never owned this Red Eyes playmat here. It's really cool. So, kind of an international mat collection. We're not going to talk about that 500, but I'm sure it's worth it. You know, it's just really awesome to see this readily available for the community under a legitimate seller. So congrats to Tier 0 for actually looking at worldwide markets and bringing them to center stage. And let me know what you think about it. Thank you so much for watching, everybody.